Chapter 6. The prophet Samuel barely escaped with his life, dodging a javelin that was thrown at him by the king of Israel after an extremely brutal conversation. King Saul threw his crown on the ground as he ripped his garment in extreme anger, summoning for his guards. His chief of guards, Eliab, who was David's eldest brother, entered the courtroom in concern, picking up Saul's crown from off of the floor and placing it back on the king's head. Saul looked at Eliab with bloodshot eyes as Saul's face lost some of its handsome, aesthetic posture, as years of stress from battlefields stripped him of his innocence. Eliab was able to discern that the king was inebriated with hard fermented grapes. Saul placed his hands on Eliab's shoulders while gazing through his soul with a fierce disposition. "I want that false prophet dead," Saul yelled. Eliab pretended as if he was unaware of the commotion that just played out in front of the entire soiree of guests of noblemen and women from all over the Middle East, Europe, and East Africa. The prophet Samuel embarrassed the king in awkward fashion by stripping Saul of his royal anointment. It was the most disgraceful sight ever seen since the fall of Samson. "Who do you want dead, your majesty? Who's the false prophet that offended you as such? Let me know, and I will deliver to you his head." Saul stumbled towards his throne and flopped on it while popping a few more grapes in his mouth. The courtroom possessed an opposite presence than it had just a few moments ago before Saul demanded everyone to leave, ordering Samuel to stay, begging him to change his mind and detract the statements made. Now the courthouse lacked the rumbling of celebration and folly, transforming into a solitude of emptiness. Eliab could feel the absence of spirit. "I want you to kill that blasphemous Samuel," Saul said with a grimy countenance. The room's darkness only allowed Eliab to see the outlining of Saul's frame as he sat on the throne. Saul's face was covered by a veil of shadow. Eliab stood there, puzzled. "Your Majesty, Samuel is well respected and is our most honorable member of the nation of Israel besides yourself. Killing him can create a rift in your kingdom. Why don't we kill the person he appointed over you? If you kill the man who he appoints, your house will be saved." Saul sat on his throne without saying a word, seemingly pondering what Eliab had just advised. "The only heir to my throne is my son," Saul said, seeming to have calmed down a little. "I want you to secretly follow Samuel. As soon as he anoints my successor, kill them both. I will set a message in my kingdom that the house of Saul will live forever, and anyone who opposes that will meet brutal death." Saul stood up, slowly walking to Eliab as the dark shade began to dissipate, showing Saul's black, masculine face of stress and royalty. Saul was smiling as he stopped right in front of Eliab. "If you kill Samuel and this successor, I will promote you to become my chief advisor. You will basically become second in command." Eliab kneeled his head slightly in respect and gratitude, a humble way of accepting his offer.